All right, so Angelo, you've been blessed to have worked with some of the greatest fighters.
Well, thank God.
Yes, indeed. It's a blessing. Ali, the Sugar Ray, George Foreman, the list goes on. Oscar's one of those great fighters also in his own right. And he's a fighter who doesn't turn the big fights down. He never walks away from the big fights. You got to respect that with a guy like Oscar.
Well, no, you got to respect it because he gives you 100%. That's what I like about the kid. Talks to you guys, he comes on the scene, he don't hide on you. He's great for boxing. And by the way, I'm still working, by the way. I got a kid named Jimmy Lange. I work with him in Fairfax, Virginia. He draws 4,000 or 5,000 people every time he fights. I got a half a dozen fighters in the Bahamas. A kid named Jimmy Lange who's going to be for real. You know what? The Bahamas used to be a dumping ground. Not anymore. I got a kid, a former fighter of mine named Ray Miners, training fighters. He has 100 amateurs and about 27 pros. So I'll be working. Don't worry about me not working.
What happened to the Cuban fighters? I mean, come on. What happened to where's the love with the Cuban fighters still? You don't have more Cuban fighters?
Well, I love fighting. I mean, I like what I do. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, I just did a book.
I'm listening.
I just did a book in My View from the Corner, and I'm happy to tell you that it's the best hardback boxing book of all time.
I have to see
and
it.
it's going to go paperback. I want you to know. I worked, me and Bert Sugar did it together.
Oh, Bert Sugar.
We used to do ESPN Classics together. We said, why don't you do a book? I said, I did one before. But they said it was a love story. So, but this is a boxing book, so I'm having kids. So when Oscar asked me to come up and join him, I was thrilled because this is the fight. This is the fight's going to help boxing. It's bigger than what people realize. They're getting excited. They know who the fighters are for a change. Pacquiao, great fighter. De La Hoya. De La Hoya has the instruments to beat Pacquiao.
You know, we've had boxing has taken a decline.
That happens.
Yes, it does happen. But fights like this can bring it back.
See what happens means evolution. You have your good times in boxing, bad times. But what we need are kids like Jimmy. I told you, I'm working with Jimmy Lange. He draws 4,000 or 5,000 people to a local show. You need a kid like that in every little area. De La Hoya's going to bring those kids out. So we need him for boxing. And I'm all for him. He's in a great night, great fight. This guy trains like he's going to an ice cream party when he goes to the gym. He loves to train. Muhammad was like that.
Really?
He went to the gym because he enjoyed it.
So you see similarities?
I see similarities with the crowd out there. You guys came for this fight. I appreciate it.
Of all the fighters that you had trained before, similarities between the draw that Oscar can bring from the fans and the media and taking on all the big fights. Very similar with Ali. Never turned down a big fight.
Right. See, all my kids that I ever handled were like that. I've handled 15, 16 world champions. In fact, I just got Macho Camacho a new title. I worked with him. So there you go. You keep hustling. Macho's 47, going on to 27. So the age bit. The guy that changed that around was my friend George Foreman, who I had the honor of working with him. As a man that made ageless, he showed you he was a better fighter when he was old than when he was young.
That ring experience and that knowing when to expend that energy really counts. Huh?
That's it. Well, it's just the individual. They know how to train. And Oscar knows how to train.
In spite of Oscar's age, I mean, he's training like a young man. He looks like a young man. We saw the same thing with Bernard Hopkins, 43 years old, just be a younger Kelly Pavitt convincingly. So it's not always age. Your age is also going to give you the advantage with ring experience as well.
This might be a new step in boxing. We're going to get guys to say, hey, I can still fight. So we're going to see some guys do it. Not everybody can do it. It takes a special individual to handle the age.
And you think Oscar's one of those guys?
Oscar knows. He knows what he's doing. He's a hard trainer, and he's got a smile on his face.
You seem like you're having a ton of fun here.
Always good. Most of you guys are talking to me, I'm an action. If you don't talk to me, I'm dead. But I'm very happy to be here.
We're happy to have you. Thanks a lot. It's an honor.